Hey, Jade Blair here, your kind of worker online and in person, and I have been doing OnlyFans for just over a year now, and let me tell you, there are so many dark sides that never get talked about. OnlyFans is very much marketed as this very glamorized industry with Louis Vuittons and sexy fast sports cars where all you have to do is take a quick pic of your titties and you'll be a millionaire. It's quick and easy. That is so far from the truth. And I love OnlyFans. I continue to use it and I will keep doing it. But there's definitely some really bad things that go on that no one talks about. And number one is the chargebacks. So basically, a fan can subscribe to us for a month, see all of our content for the entire month, or sometimes 3 months, 6 months, buy a whole bunch of videos, watch all those videos multiple times, maybe even take screenshots and download them, and then go to their bank and ask their bank to return the money. Basically, they'll say that my credit card was stolen, I never bought this, or something similar. F will not fight that charge at all. And they will not allow us as individuals, creators, to try and fight that either. They also tend not to stop fans from doing this again, so they won't block them from the website often. Now, this happens to literally every online business ever. Like Etsy sellers complain about this all the time. But it is incredibly frustrating. Chargebacks are definitely a part of business and something that we expect as business owners. But when someone is able to get our product for months, see it, and then charge back, come on, that's over the top. We can't even do anything about it. That's just offensive and so anger-inducing. And also, this feels kind of violating, right? We're not putting this material on the internet for free. We're not creating and doing these sexual things for free. We're putting it behind a paywall for a reason. When you do not pay us and then take our content and watch it, it does feel a little bit violating because we never agreed to you watching it under those circumstances. Takes me to number 2, which is leaks. Unfortunately, leaks happen all the time, and although I have a really great legal team that are very good at getting these taken down, they're incredibly frustrating. Not only from a business sense, because if people can get it for free, then I'm losing money, right? So they're not going to pay me if they can get it for free. But also, it is, again, quite violating. I never agreed for people to see this sexual material of me for free. So it does feel quite violating when people take that and watch it for free, or worse, take it and upload it on their site to earn money from. It's incredibly exploitative and violating. And I can already hear you keyboard warriors saying, well, then don't have an OnlyFans. Well, that's kind of like saying don't ever have a house, because even if you lock the doors, the house can get robbed. So just don't have a house. Well, guess what? I'm an adult. I'm allowed to have a sexual fulfilling life. And if part of that is charging people for money, that's part of it. I'm allowed to have that. I am also allowed to run a business and charge people to see my content. That does not give you the right to steal from me. Yes, it absolutely is a reality that we need to consider when you enter this industry, but that doesn't mean that it's right. And even if you expect it to happen, it's still emotionally draining and very anger-inducing. And carrying around that emotional weight is taxing. And on just emotional upheaval, dealing with OnlyFans terms of service is so draining. First of all, they change their terms of services constantly. So once upon a time, you could upload things like water sports on their platform. And so some creators became very well known for this content and had thousands of pieces of content surrounding water sports. They also invested a lot of money into doing these shoots, so like hiring a location, maybe a cameraman, maybe paying someone else to perform in the video with them in order to produce this content. And then all of a sudden you will get an email a day, a month, a year later saying, hey, this is no longer allowed. And then you are the one who is responsible for going back through and finding every single piece of content you have ever made and taking it down, which is, first of all, just annoying because you've lost a whole lot of money and profit by having to take down content you've made, and also the costs that you spent associated with that product that you now can no longer sell. And B, if you have tens of thousands of pieces of content, it would be very, very easy for you to just accidentally miss a piece. And OnlyFans is not very forgiving about this. So if you missed one or maybe two minor pictures, they could take down your entire account and ban you for life, meaning your livelihood gone just because of a simple administrative error. There's often also not any grace periods when they do this, so they don't say we will be banning this content, you have a month to take it down. They just tell you it is now banned, and so anything on your profile that fits the banned content now needs to be removed. There's no grace period, so if you don't do it quick enough by OnlyFans' hidden terms, goodbye income, goodbye livelihood, goodbye career and brand that you have spent so long building. The other thing about OnlyFans is sometimes they blame us creators for the violations of service that our fans commit. And this doesn't happen on any other platform, right? If you violate the terms of service, you are the one that gets in trouble, not anyone else that was on that platform at the time. But for some reason on OnlyFans, they will blame the creators as well as the fans. So often fans will ask me, can we meet up? How do I contact you? I would love to book your escort services. All of these things are heavily against OnlyFans' terms of service. And look, I get it. Who reads those? They're hundreds of pages long, the terms of service, and filled with legal jargon, right? No one reads them. So I don't really expect my fans to, which is why I send multiple messages out. It's in my very first initial message when you subscribe to my profile. Do not ask me about this. Do not talk about it. Do not use code names. Do not vaguely reference it. We cannot do it at all because both of our accounts could be shut down. I also make posts about it for a very long time. It was one of my pinned posts, so the very first one that you would see when you saw my profile. But fans still do it. And of course, I will respond saying all those things, we can't do it, not even vaguely, no code terms. Basically, they will shut down my account and I will lose my income. And then again, fans will ask just again. It is so frustrating. Not only because, A, that's incredibly pushy. If I've told you no, it means no. It's not an opportunity to ask me again and again and again until I am so emotionally and mentally exhausted that I agree with you. That's harassment. No means no. So that in and of itself is a big and annoying emotional trigger that OnlyFans workers have to navigate. And it's something that a lot of people in customer service will also have to do, where they will say, no, we don't sell this, we can't do it for that price, we open and close at these times, and the customer will keep arguing. But I do feel like this is a little bit heightened when we're talking about things around sexual boundaries. So not only is it frustrating for that reason, but it is incredibly frustrating basically living in fear that your account could get shut down for any reason, and it might not even be because of something you did. It's incredibly frustrating to have the expectation that you can control and manage other people's behaviors, even if you've never met these people before. And it's incredibly frustrating having no right of appeal. So basically, OnlyFans is run by bots. Very few human beings actually work there and answer our inquiries. And this is one of the reasons why I think creators get in trouble so much for fans' actions. It's because it's just a bot that's looking at a chat, sees that there was a violation, and just shuts down the whole thing. But once you get one strike, the bots will attack, and often you will get multiple strikes very, very quickly over things you didn't even do. And then all of a sudden your account is gone. And even if you try and appeal, again, you're just met with a bot who gives you a copy and paste answer that you violated the terms of service. There's no room to offer an explanation. You just have to say goodbye to your income, your career, your livelihood, and your ability to feed, clothe, and shelter yourself and your family. And living in that kind of fear is very, very difficult. Now, I myself have been able to live with this, although it has been difficult. And for me, the pros have outweighed the cons. So I'll keep doing OnlyFans. And for the most part, I really do enjoy it. But these are definitely some really dark things that you don't see talked about very often. Usually people just bring up how people regret going on OnlyFans because they show their bodies, and society hates that. We stigmatize it and we discriminate against people who do that. So it has really long-reaching implications for the people that engage in sex work. And this is absolutely needs to be talked about. It is very real and very serious. But there are, of course, a lot of really unnecessary things that OnlyFans does as a platform, and a lot of similar platforms do as well, that really affect the creators, and you really need to take into consideration if you ever want to do this type of work. But for now, that's all from me.